Welcome back. It's time for the fun part, the gear. Choosing a good microphone is an important investment if you're going to take podcasting seriously. Perhaps one of two things that you really need to invest in. While there might not necessarily be a top quality for podcasting that you need to shoot for, there is absolutely a bottom of the barrel, and that is your built-in microphone in an untreated room. So, we're going to talk about a few things that you should know about with choosing a microphone today, and we're going to talk about which mics could be more forgiving in a certain environment. There are two important features that you should know about when purchasing a microphone, and they are pattern and connection type. So let's talk about both of those things. The first is pattern, and that is how sound enters the microphone. Now, there are several videos on microphone pattern. I will try to link one in the description below. But for the sake of podcasting, there are probably three that you should know about: omnidirectional, cardioid, and figure eight or bidirectional. You see the patterns on the screen here. You can imagine the circle in the middle is the microphone, and then the dark circle, the black circle that kind of goes in the pattern, is the microphone's pickup pattern. And that is where the microphone accepts sound from. So, looking at an omnidirectional microphone, that is going to accept sound from all directions, right in front of the microphone, behind the microphone, and to the sides. Conversely, the cardioid pattern microphone accepts sound from the front of the microphone, but not the back. That is going to be the most forgiving pattern for podcasting because you're going to be addressing the front of the microphone and you don't want to pick up sounds from other directions. So, cardioid is what most podcasters will go for. The figure eight or bidirectional pattern is one where the microphone will pick up from the front and pick up from the back. So, if you have a co host in the same room as you, then you might want to have a bidirectional or figure eight microphone. But by and large, you're going to want a cardioid microphone. So I'm going to try to demonstrate here in this video how that works. My microphone is the Shure SM7B. It is a cardioid microphone. So I'm addressing it from the front, and as I move to the side, you should be able to hear less and less of what I'm saying, which means that the microphone is a cardioid microphone. It's only picking up from the front. Again, that is going to be the most forgiving for a podcaster, especially if you are not in a completely treated or soundproof room. The second is connection type. There are two connection types for microphones. One is USB that plugs directly into your computer. The other is XLR. XLR, that's the connector you see on the screen here. You've probably seen this before, but this is going to require a little bit more setup. XLRs are professional microphones, and you'll see them in TV broadcasts, live shows, or high quality podcasts and radio shows. My microphone is an XLR microphone. You can see the cord here going up the arm, and it goes into a piece of equipment called an interface, which will allow me to connect an XLR microphone to my computer via like a middleman. But that is a little bit more than you need right now. Starting out, a USB microphone is perfect. It's going to cost less, there is less setup, it's easier to use, and there are lots of fantastic options out there. One is the Blue Yeti. You've probably seen this one. It's like a cone shape, it sits on the desk. Lots of people love this for podcasting. One of the great things about the Blue Yeti is that you can actually change the pickup pattern. So it could be omnidirectional cardioid, or it can be bidirectional. My recommendation is actually the ATR 2100. I've tested a bunch of microphones. I use the Blue Yeti for my first podcast, but the ATR 2100 is a little bit more forgiving. It is cheaper, it's easier to work with, and it has an XLR connection. So when you are ready to make the jump from USB to XLR, your microphone does not need an upgrade, at least not at first, right? So this will let you cheaply experiment with using an interface and stuff like that. So this is the one that I recommend, and there will actually be a video setting up this microphone, which is going to be pretty straightforward, hopefully for you. So your action item for this video is to buy your microphone. In the workbook and down below, there are links to a few microphones I recommend at each level. Again, the ATR 2100 is the one that we'll use for setup and things in this course, and everything that I talk about in this course will be around the ATR 2100. But the Blue Yeti is fantastic, and there are a few other really good ones out there too.